Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Don't you just love the cooler months of fall?
Only until we have to turn the heat on. That old furnace sounds like money falling right out of our pockets. We really need a more efficient HVAC system.
This fall, don't let your money fall faster than the leaves. For a limited time, Carrier is offering up to $2,200 off qualified energy-saving home comfort systems and financing to fit any budget. Visit nopaycarrier.com to find a dealer near you. Carrier, turn to the experts. Financing subject to credit approval.
Day and night, PGW puts our energy into keeping you safe at home. PGW's 24/7 safety monitoring, infrastructure upgrades, and industry expertise help to deliver the essential energy you rely on and trust. And every mile of infrastructure we upgrade keeps energy delivery in Philadelphia more clean and more affordable. When you see us in your neighborhood, we're working harder than ever to stay on schedule and continue the work of keeping you safe at home. Remember, natural gas smells on purpose. Smell us? Tell us. PGW.
It's football season, and now you can get anything you need for game day delivered with Uber Eats. Well, almost anything. You can't get a running back, but baby back ribs? Yes. Uber Eats, official on-demand food delivery partner of the NFL.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body?
Huh?
That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
This is Zach Gelb with the Honesty Sports Minute. Major League Baseball got their Dream World Series matchup with Aaron Judge's New York Yankees going up against Shohei Ohtani's Los Angeles Dodgers. We know Ohtani will win the NL MVP, and Judge will take home the AL MVP, but what if Major League Baseball only handed out one MVP award? And the trophy in that case should go to Judge, as he has a higher WAR, batting average, plus more home runs, RBIs, and walks than Ohtani. I'm Zach Gelb.
94 WIP HD1 Philadelphia. Live from the Tasty Cake Studios. Sports Radio 94 WIP. An Odyssey Sports Station. This is the Players Lounge on your home for Eagles football. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Oh, hell! Welcome back to Sports Radio 94 WIP. Come on, man. K-Dot dropped this summer. It's like that.
No, see, you got to go back further than that. That's Rodney and Joe Cooley, dog.
Oh, yeah, you went old school.
Yeah, that's the original.
These dudes, they have no idea who Rodney and Joe Cooley is.
I know, but I do.
Yeah, me either, to be completely honest.
That's Rodney and Joe Cooley.
We do. We know who that is. Welcome to the Chickies and Pete's Players Lounge. We're at Chickies and Pete's in South Philly, right here on 94 WIP. I tell you what, that sultry voice you heard there was my
sultry. I don't know.
My teammate. Well, believe me, I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking about my teammate. Hugh Douglas is in the house.
What's going on, man? How y'all doing?
And that teenager's voice you heard.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
A little more like it.
There's another one of my teammates. Eliot Shorr-Parks is in the house, everybody.
Man, it's been a minute since we did a victory one of these.
I know, don't worry. No, we did it last week.
Oh, yeah, it just felt like a loss. That's right. That's right.
It felt like a loss last week. And we'll save the victory for the big man who will be coming up here in the next segment. Eagles left tackle Jordan Mailata is in the house. We'll be talking to Jordan in a second, getting his thoughts on yesterday's game. Listen, he wasn't out there with his guys, but I'm sure he was out there in spirit with those guys. Yeah, he was out there in spirit. Good win yesterday. I've been talking about it all day. And here's the weird thing about yesterday's win. How do you divvy up the credit for the win? So I'm looking at great job by the defense.
Yep.
They did it. They did their job yesterday. It's 2 weeks in a row where they haven't given up a touchdown. I don't care if it is against Cleveland's offense and the New York Giants offense. They deserve credit. The offensive line played awesome once they started to run the ball. And Saquon Barkley, what can you say about Saquon Barkley? But I'll start off here because last week I'm going to let you guys go. There was a lot of talk about the head coach and Nick Sirianni, and rightfully so. His actions after the Cleveland win.
It was warranted, man.
Yeah, it was warranted.
It was warranted.
It was warranted. So,
yeah, how you slice that piece of pie, it was warranted.
Now, I will say this: some of it was over the top.
Over the top.
Some of the criticism over the top.
Stuff, I really, that didn't bother me as much as it bothered other people.
Right, but that had to be a good win for him to get his team focused and ready to go with all the noise swirling around them last week. To have them go out there and really play their most dominant game, Eliot, in 2 years?
Yeah, I mean, they haven't won back-to-back games since November of last year. So that alone, I thought was impressive. But, big picture, when you think about the win yesterday, watching that game, seeing how they responded, it reminded me of what Jeffrey Lurie said this offseason at the owners' meetings. He was talking about last year's team, and I'm paraphrasing slightly, but he essentially said they weren't a resilient group, right? They went through that struggle, the 3-game stretch against the Gauntlet, and it all just kind of fell apart. I think yesterday showed this team is a lot more resilient than they're probably being given credit for. At 4-2, it feels like it's been mostly a negative season, right? The team hasn't played up to their potential. They lost the Falcons game. The Buccaneers game was ugly. But sitting here now at 4-2, I think they've been very resilient. If you think of everything they've been through, going to Brazil, facing a 2-0 Saints team, missing AJ for 3 games, missing Devontae Lane and AJ in one of those games. And last week, the criticism this team was under after that win over the Browns was some of the strongest criticism I've seen geared towards one person in a long time. And I thought yesterday they showed that they responded and fought through that for their coach. So, 4-2, I think people would have taken that before the season if you told them everything that happened.
Yeah.
And I thought they played their most complete game of the season. And it was another step in the right direction. The Browns game wasn't the blowout everybody wanted, but it was a step forward. And I thought yesterday they took another step forward. And at this point of the season, that's kind of all you can ask for.
Big dog?
Yeah.
How you feel about yesterday?
I feel pretty good, but like I said, I feel like some of the criticism was warranted. They responded to the coach. That's all that matters. You know what the funny part about this job that we do now, Ike, is that and I'm not talking out both sides of my mouth. It's just you feel differently because you've been through it. But at the same time, on the other side of it, because we're analysts now, we have to call it like we see it.
Sure.
It's one of those things where you're kind of torn because the old football player in you is like a win is a win. And, that's all that matters.
By the way, don't ever lose that.
No, you can't.
That's the one thing that we have
that keeps us grounded.
Exactly. So we understand the perspective of trying to get a win by any means.
Yeah, because they're hard to come by.
Did that make you relate a little bit more to what Sirianni did after?
Yes,
because he came out really excited after the win over the Browns.
Yes.
The locker room seemed really excited. So just curious from you guys that have been in that perspective. Look, you guys won a lot of games in the early 2000s, so it wasn't like
we had some ugly ones that
we
we
did.
won.
But so what was the locker room positive after those?
It was.
It was.
That's why, you know what, Eliot, and that's why you're kind of torn because everything that Coach Sirianni went through last week, everything that he felt, I can relate to on a level probably, and I the same way like no other, because the thing for us, we didn't have social media like they have now.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And there was a lot of times where we'd be like, hey, it's us against everybody. So I understood all of that. And I also understand what it's like to run through a brick wall for your coach. And I knew that's why I didn't have any rhyme or reason for feeling the way that I felt, but I felt like if they really cared for Coach, the struggles that he had last week, you knew they were going to come out and play for him. That's where you straddle the fence a little bit. But at the same time, and I was saying this earlier today, why did it take so long for us to get it going? And I understand when you talk about football and it takes a little time. We about 3 weeks behind on far as where we're supposed to be as far as hitting the stride.
Yeah.
So if you're being honest about, and that's not me. That is not me poo-pooing the win because, like I said, a win is a win. But me, Hugh Douglas, as an analyst, like, dog, we about 3 weeks behind on this here. You know what I mean?
But all right, so tell me if you guys think this is excuse making. But I do think we have to acknowledge that in the games where they've had everybody, they're 3-0 and they're averaging like 28 points. So you have to play better when you're missing players. Like AJ going out should not make this whole thing crater. Missing Lane, missing Devontae. But if we're going to talk about why aren't they reaching their potential and why aren't they looking like how we thought they would look, part of the reason is they just haven't had the players that we're holding them to with that bar. Like if I told you they didn't have Devontae, AJ, or Lane, I don't think anyone would say they're supposed to look like Super Bowl contenders.
But see, this is where
fair point.
That's very fair point. But this is where I'm conflicted, is because I don't know how you felt, Ike, and I don't want to speak for you.
What's up?
But yesterday, it felt, and I'm trying to find the right word to use, it felt like the game plan was complementary and linear to a certain extent, more so than it has felt in the past.
Well, I'll tell you this. Felt like to me they switched the game plan in about midway through that first quarter.
But you know what I'm saying? It felt like there was a concerted effort to do certain things, as opposed to, I guess, beat your head against the wall.
No, they tried to come out throwing the ball, and you saw what happened. We must have got sacked 5 times in the first 4 possessions. Right? Like there were so many negative plays in the passing game.
We ain't got time for this.
Man, we can't keep
take
banging
the governor off. Take the governor off.
You can't keep banging our head against the wall when it's not working.
That's my other takeaway from the game is, look, Jalen's game yesterday is kind of what you want to see. I think 2 people can look at it and see different things, and both could be correct. I thought there were definitely plays he should have made that were there to be made. I thought that he didn't look great passing the ball. I thought his accuracy was okay.
Yeah.
But I also think that we have to realize with Jalen, his number one priority, 1, 2, 3 each week, has to be taking care of the ball.
Yes.
Because when they don't turn it over, when they have AJ on the field and Jalen doesn't turn it over, they're 13-1 since the start of 2022.
Talk to me.
They're 19-5 since the start of 2021 when the roster wasn't even that talented, right?
Yeah.
So it's pretty clear for me that I will take Jalen being conservative with the ball. Like everyone looks at these plays where Saquon was open and Devontae was open. And I understand why you can look at those and say he has to get off his first read and he has to get the ball to them. But what I saw was there was pressure coming and he put 2 hands on the ball and moved. And long term, I'll take that because ultimately, if they don't turn the ball over, they're going to win so many more games than they're going to lose. And so 2 weeks in a row of him not even coming close to turning the ball over, like that to me is exactly what you want from Jalen. That's why I thought he had a great game yesterday.
Yeah, it's great. You throw the word great around an awful lot. I don't know if it was a great game yesterday.
No, it was a service.
I gave solid game.
I think I gave him a B-.
Solid. Yeah.
I just think with Jalen, if he doesn't turn it over, I'm good because they'll put points up if he doesn't turn it over. So there were so many times I thought in the first 4 weeks where there was pressure and he's trying to step up or move and he's got one hand on the ball because he still wants to throw it. I'm okay with when there's pressure, him just saying, all right, you know what? Let me protect the ball and what happens, happens. There was a play yesterday where he was close to getting sacked and he just went down. Like no one even touched him. And you don't want to go that far with it. I agree. But I'm happy that
for like Peyton Manning back
then. I would love to ask him why he did that. But I would rather have him lean on the conservative side and take plays like that instead of lean on what he was the first 4 weeks, which was trying to squeeze it in tight windows, trying to run around, with one hand on the ball. And I think that you can see the coaching staff, into Jalen's credit, have gotten through to him on that.
I agree with you. I listen, I agree with you on that. If you're telling me the alternative is put the ball in harm's way, no.
Yeah.
No, I don't need that, especially against a team like that. Now, I will say this. There has to be continual growth from him in this offense. And that's the way I'm going to look at this. He's going through growing pains in Kellen Moore's offense.
Yes.
Kellen Moore clearly can't run what he's used to running as an offense because Jalen isn't necessarily comfortable with all aspects of that. And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with because the offense isn't so reliant on Jalen having to throw us to victories yet. But he will get to a point where he faces a team with a better defense that isn't going to allow you to run the ball, and you're going to have to make throws.
Yeah, you're going to have to make those key
eventually
throws.
That will come where I'm just hoping he will have grown enough in the offense and the confidence is there that we'll be able to do that.
I think if he plays the exact style of game he did yesterday, they will be a playoff team, and they'll win 10, 11 games. To your point, my question is when it comes to playing the Lions in Detroit in the conference finals, he has to then be a little better on taking risks with the ball to make things happen. But the first month of the season didn't even feel like they were definitely going to make the playoffs. So I think it's been a turn in the right direction of him playing a winning brand of football. You just have to hope he's special in the playoffs. That's really what it's going to come down to.
And see, this is where the radio host in me takes over.
All right.
Well, which one are you, the radio host?
Well, I wear multiple hats.
Well, and it's the players' lounge too.
It's the players' lounge.
It's like the hat come off, one hat come on. And I'm thinking to myself, why? You have to ask, why did it take us this long to figure out? To figure out that this is what Jalen was. Because no, this is not an indictment of you, because I think you do a wonderful job.
Here comes the training camp stats.
You throw it right in his face.
Which, by the way, we'll see what he ends up with.
No, I'm not trying to throw it in his face.
I'm just kidding.
Throw it in his face.
Yeah. But we were sold something in training camp, not by you,
special,
that it was different.
Yeah.
And we saw the struggles at the beginning of the season. And is it lost? And this is how my mind works, and I promise you I ain't been smoking or nothing. I'm just sitting here watching TV. But isn't it kind of funny that we made a big deal about him being under center, and then all of a sudden he was under center? Am I wrong for pointing that out?
It feels like they do it just to do it. They did it I think 2 plays in the first 5 or 6, and then I don't think they did it much the rest of the game. It feels, to your point, Hugh, like they're doing it to prove.
Well, hold on. They said they did it twice as much as they've done it any other time this year.
Yes.
But I don't know how many plays that is.
Yeah, it didn't feel like it was much.
And not only
I could be wrong.
The one big run he had from the 5-yard line out to
center.
midfield, that was under center.
Okay. And can I just say this too? Because this, as an analyst, this is how my mind works. There was a couple plays across the middle too, because there was there was some stink made about the fact that he was a perimeter thrower.
Yeah.
So am I wrong?
No.
And for looking at that and thinking,
no.
He had a really nice throw to AJ, like an anticipation throw. Yeah. He threw it before AJ even made his break, and you don't really into the middle of the field, and you don't really see him do that very often.
Yep. All right, we'll take a quick break. Then we'll come back with the actual star of the show. Eagles left tackle Jordan Mailata will join us after the break. Come on down, man. We're at Chickies and Pizza, South Philly. We got a couple games up tonight, so come on out here. The Eagles are sitting at 4-2. We won 2 straight games for the first time since last year. Let's celebrate.
There we go.
Celebrate. I get passionate. I'm sorry, I get passionate. And on the other side, you have all been waiting for it. You know it. It'll be the second one up today. Victory is on its way. Right here on 94 WIP.
The Phillies will be left wondering what could have been.
The Phillies enter an offseason of uncertainty.
Is there a lot of things that we could have done better? Yes, we didn't cross the finish line.
Got a great group of guys in here. Got a really good core.
What are we doing? Are we here for a championship?
All the Phillies offseason happenings have been here.
The roster is a championship roster.
Your exclusive home for Phillies baseball.
The answer is playing well at the right time.
Sports Radio 94 WIP.
I'm Red Lewis with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. The Chiefs moved to 6-0, beating the Niners 28-18 in a rematch of Super Bowl 58. Jared Goff threw 2 touchdowns as the Lions rallied to beat the Vikings 31-29. Detroit and Minnesota now both 5-1. Packers now 5-2 after Brandon McManus hit a 45-yard game-winning field goal to beat the Texans 24-22. Houston, Saquon Barkley ran for 176 yards and a touchdown in his return to the Meadowlands as the Eagles dominated the Giants 28-3. The Bills beat the Titans 34-10. Amari Cooper with a touchdown in his Buffalo debut. The Bengals won 21-14 in Cleveland. Browns quarterback Deshaun Watson feared to have suffered a torn Achilles, according to NFL insider Ian Rappaport. James Daniels left with a rib injury, but the Commanders rolled 40-7 over the Panthers. And on Sunday Night Football, the Steelers beat the Jets 37-15 in Russell Wilson's Steelers debut. He threw 2 touchdowns and ran for another. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmitt Smith on behalf of The Pen, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing kit. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable. And one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Sticking to the fundamentals and not wavering from the game plan is a great philosophy for football and banking. And for nearly 160 years, the dedicated PNC teams are in formation to help fans receive sound and reliable, personalized financial advice to get them across the goal line. Because as they see it, a win for them is a win for the greater Philadelphia community. PNC Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association member FDIC.
Know what's below, because even minor excavation projects like installing a mailbox, building a patio, or putting up a fence can do major damage. Contact 811 before you dig, or visit pa1call.org to submit a locate request to have underground utilities marked.
From profit boost to same-game parlays, ESPN Bet is ready to hit the gridiron this season. As the official sportsbook of ESPN, it's the only place to find exclusive football offers from ESPN personalities like Mike Greenberg and Stephen A. Smith. New players can get their first bet insured for up to $1,000 in bonus bets by downloading the ESPN Bet app and signing up with promo code RADIO. Download today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details.
When you're ready to propose and buy that ring, trust is essential. And that's why I want you to meet my friends at Benari Jewelers. Engagement ring shopping is harder and riskier than ever. With lab-grown diamonds and the myriad of ring styles out there, it's easy to make a mistake. Trust Benari Jewelers. They share the inside secrets of the diamond business. Plus, guaranteed lowest price, free service for life, and a 110% diamond upgrade guarantee. These are the people to trust. Benari Jewelers, Exton and Newtown Square. Online at BenariJewelers.com.
Tonight's Powerball jackpot now has an estimated annuity of $456 million. $456 million. Buy at a retailer or online. Pennsylvania Lottery proceeds benefit older Pennsylvanians every day. Players must be 18 or older. Please play responsibly.
This is the story of the one. As a facility technician installing a new welding station, he knows getting the ventilation right is critical for safety. That's why when questions arise, there's Grainger. Grainger offers detailed technical product information online at his fingertips, so it's easy to find what he needs. Because when it comes to safety, having answers means he and his people can breathe a little easier. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's got to be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Back to the Players Lounge. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
Yesterday was a good day. Shout out to Ice Cube. Welcome back to Sports Radio 94 WIP. See, when we get a victory, we're Chickies and Peace Players Lounge in South Philly. Now, in case anybody doesn't know already, Chickies and Peace is the official sports bar of our Philadelphia Eagles, right?
Way to plug that.
Man, and it's the #1 sports bar in America.
No big deal.
They pay the bills around here. Real quick, Jordan, got something for you.
What's that?
Victory!
It's a 25-point victory, right?
How did I forget that? How did I forget that? I walked right into it.
Yeah, man. So now you weren't out there yesterday,
right?
But your teammates, your guys, they went out there, and my goodness, they put the smackdown on the Giants.
Oh man,
they put the smackdown on the Giants yesterday.
Yes, they did.
25-point win. I don't even want to read off the stats. Eliot knows it better than me.
Of course.
How long it's been since we've had double-digit wins around here?
Last year.
When's the last time we won by 20-plus points, E?
honestly, probably 2022.
2022. Yeah.
So it's a good sign. I
when
guess.
you guys were dominating everybody in 2022. So that's a good sign. How did you enjoy yesterday's game?
I had a great opportunity to experience what our fans go through, so that was fun. So, I watched it at home with the wife, my sister-in-law, and Lakin, who's the young prodigy on the IPP program squad.
Okay.
In our team, and that was an experience.
Now, when you're watching the game, are you calm, reserved, sitting back watching it, or are you yelling at the TV? You calling out blocks, protections, stuff like that, as if you were playing?
Put it this way: after the first drive, I took off the sweater. I
think we all did. Yes.
I was like, okay, I'm a little nervous now. A little nervous, getting hot in here.
Yeah.
Had to blast the AC on just to stay cool, but yeah.
They got it together though. They got it. It took a couple of drives, but they got it together. So I know I'm gonna go straight to the running game, right? I'm gonna go straight to the run. We'll get into the pass and stuff if you want to a little bit. That wasn't really all that impressive, except for the deep one to AJ. That was super impressive. But the running game yesterday, I know Saquon is getting a lot of the shine, but your offensive line mates, man, Stoutland U was on full display yesterday. What you think about the running game?
I think they did a fabulous job of converting blocks. What that means is just if they're bringing pressure, there's movement at the defensive line, converting the original block to another block in order to execute. And you saw that. I mean, when you do that and you have someone like unbelievable.
That was close. Then he got it that time.
Yeah. Landon last week couldn't help himself, so it was good for you to.
I love it.
He's back to the
old.
old.
My best behavior. Work on it.
So,
but yeah.
No, Nick said after the game he thought it was the best week of practice. I know, obviously, you're not practicing, but you are there all week. I'd assume you're in the meetings, out there at least watching. Could you feel this coming too? Like, did you feel throughout the week, you know what, we're kind of clicking on all cylinders here. This could be a really good performance for us?
Yeah, for sure. You can see that in the practices. You can see how detailed everybody was trying to be in the walkthroughs. And then, that followed through onto practice. Was able to watch film with the guys and see that, how Coach Stout coaches the details. And, it's a good day when Stout's not, trying to burst your eardrums, but he was still coaching up guys. But, it was nice to see, that next man up mentality. And see the guys execute at a high level during practice, because that's what you want. That's what you want to see, and then carry it through.
It felt like last week the win. I accidentally said loss in the opening segment, but the win over the Browns, it almost caused a bit of a panic in the city. I don't know if you know, but it was a tough week for your head coach. I'm curious though, inside the building, I think it's interesting. You guys responded with a great week of practice. What do you think it says about you guys that in a moment of, adversity to an extent, you guys all really kind of locked in?
This is what Coach Sirianni preaches. We talk about connecting, we talk about the competing, and then when we face adversity, how do we face it? How do we address it? What can we control? And those were the things, after last week's win, or the Browns win, and the adversity that we faced, I say, as a team. We just look back and you got to realize there's only so many things you got to control, and that's how you practice. That's how you pay attention in meetings. That's how you take notes. And you really saw that last week, that everyone had coaches back, even those who weren't vocal. They just followed through by action.
I'm kind of curious, knowing with everything that happened the week of the Cleveland win, did you guys kind of, were you kind of surprised at the reaction in the city after a win?
No. I mean, people who have played here, the guys on the team who have played here understand what Philly's like, and I wasn't surprised. So.
Okay, because it's kind of curious because
Jordan's been here a while now.
No, yeah. I mean, I know he gets it, but because me and Ike, we always try to channel or take people behind the curtain and talk about our experiences here and how things are here in Philadelphia. And I was just kind of curious, was that kind of like a rallying cry because you guys did come out. It was different, man. And I know, you've been here. It's tough to play here.
Yep.
There's no question about it. But I was just kind of curious. Did you guys look at that and look at the heat that coach was taking and everything and say, you know what, we got to get it done for him?
Whenever we haven't executed as a team, coach is the first one to take accountability. Even though we know as players it wasn't his fault. He's not out there running the damn plays. We're out there. They call in the plays, and we have to do our job as players. And when we weren't executing, even against the Browns, we knew we won the game, but it just didn't feel like it. Because we knew we left out so many plays. Offensive and defense kept us in the game. And so, that was a hell of a week.
That was a softball question. I hit a real question.
Come on now.
Here we go.
How your big ass pull your hamstring, dog?
Now, listen, I told him last week, I said, listen, only athletes pull their hamstrings. But that just shows you how much of an athlete he is.
I've never pulled my
No,
hamstring.
but I'm just saying, because you're in the big dog category. The one thing that we also always say was me, Corey, and Hollis, we too big to be out there pulling hamstrings, dog.
Man.
How you pull a hamstring,
I
big
don't
dog?
bring up the bad play, but did you see that block field goal?
That's what it was.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was on the chase down.
My bad. You was going after somebody. He was
3 miles per hour, baby. Hey, not bad. Not bad if I might toot my own horn. No, honestly, it was the first field goal, not the one that was blocked. It was the first field goal where I felt a little zap in my hammy, and it was just, I played kick side end, and so I got a little bit too wide in my stance, and the defensive player across from me just pushed down on my back, and I didn't want to go face first into the ground. So I kind of just tense my glutes, tense my hamstrings to prevent that.
You say you tense the glutes, huh?
I also said tense my hamstrings too, man. Come on,
tense the glutes.
Tense the glutes. I use glutes. Glutes.
There you go. Have you pulled your hamstring before? Did you know what that feeling was, or?
Nah, I was just that didn't feel nice. You kind of see it on film. I grab it right away. I go to the sideline, get it worked on. And then,
so you played for a little bit then?
Yeah, I played. Yeah, even through that block.
With them tight glutes. He played with them tight glutes, dog.
Hey, man, that's crazy.
See, there was. How'd you think your replacement did yesterday?
Freddie did a great job, man.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Freddie did a great job.
It's a tough
little nerves at the start of the game, but as a player, you have to learn to overcome those things and play the next play. And I thought he did a phenomenal job.
So how much during the week I know you got to do rehab and all that type of stuff.
Yep.
How much do you try to, I guess, give him little tips or what have you versus not trying to put too much in his head and letting him go out there and play? So did you help getting sort of prepared last week?
I tried my best to. I'm still in all the meetings.
Okay.
I love that. I just love trying to give as much info as I can, or whether execution-wise or technique-wise, if I can help Fred that way. But Fred's played a lot of football now.
Yeah,
he's been in the league a long time, and I think he's here for a reason, and we have him as our backup for a reason. And there's not too much that I have to say because he understands. Anytime I say, "Hey," he's like, "Yeah, I know." He's like, "Yeah, I know." You see, what happened was, and I was like, "Okay, at least you understand." The technique, and as long as Fred understands the technique, and he's going to be great.
It is surprising, or surprising not the right word, but one thing that stands out is when all the offensive linemen talk about him, you can tell there is true confidence in him. It's not just lip service. That you can hear from you saying it when Lane's talked about him, Landon, that you guys do have true confidence in Fred Johnson. What do you see from him in practice that I guess gives you guys that confidence?
I mean, I can't say this because I'm a big guy myself. But he's a big guy.
He is a big dude.
He's a big guy.
Big personality.
Dude, every last one of y'all are big on that offensive line,
y'all
bro.
ain't little.
Seriously.
He's a big guy, and he can move well for his size.
Yeah.
18 miles an hour, good?
Nah,
not that
not that well. Not that
there you go, yeah. We don't want another pulled hamstring.
It's funny. Fred and I always talk about racing. But anyway, back to Fred. He's got powerful hands, man. He's got very powerful hands. And you can see that in the run game yesterday in the second level, just burying guys. And so, he's got great feet. And even in pass protection, he's a puncher.
Yeah.
He's a puncher. And when he connects, Lord have mercy.
So we always ask you this when you guys have one of these type of running days. But I still like hearing how much joy O-linemen get out of just basically going forward and
Moving the
just
crowd.
knocking,
Moving the
knocking
crowd.
guys off the ball, getting to the second level. I saw Cam. Cam was down the field like 20 yards. He looked like Jason Kelsey running down the field.
Hey, I almost yelled at the TV, unhook the trailer, Cam. Hey, because
He
Saquon
did
flew
kind of,
by,
yeah,
like,
he
it
did
was-
blow by him. Yeah,
It was crazy. It was crazy how much speed that man had. But yeah, Cam looked flashing
Looked
of
good,
Jason Kelsey, man.
Yeah,
Crazy.
Yeah, I tell you, Coach, did you recognize a lot of things you guys did different yesterday? And one thing we noticed, and we've been talking about this, is the whole quarterback under center and sort of like running the ball from under center. How different is that for the offense and sort of the advantages of doing it?
I think just disguising, the same plays that we run in different formations helps a lot too. We get a lot out of a defensive read, how a defensive plays, when you play under center, and then we're able to run play actions. So I think it's a great move by the coaches too.
Yeah, and I tell you to piggyback off that a little bit, man, because we saw it a lot when we play. It freezes that front because because when you see that action, and Ike knows this, you have to respect that run fake.
Yeah,
you got to respect it, and then if they hand it off, you got to play the run. If they don't, they drop back and pass. Then you got to get back in your pass rush. It's a lot going on, man. But yeah, that was a good look yesterday. It was a little. Speaking of that, what I know you were at practice. So what did you see differently from the defense as opposed to every other week that they were out there?
I suppose the hunger.
The want to. They call that want to.
The want to. You see them, and it's been reflecting in the last two games.
Yeah.
How effective they've in the levels when they rush.
Yeah, and it don't
Just
help like you
understand
got old former athletes like myself and Ike on the radio station talking about how bad this pass rush is.
Hey, man.
Hey, any way we can motivate it, that's motivated.
Hey, well, they're motivated. They're motivated enough.
Yeah, because
I like how you brought me in with you.
No, I'm just saying because
appreciate that.
Thanks for me leaving me out of it too.
Well, no, you're good, but just so you know, I've got Nike in the car. We going on a road trip when we make it to Louisiana because I'm manifesting what I want to happen. We going to the Super Bowl.
You seem serious about driving.
I'm dead ass.
Yeah, you brought it up a lot. Yeah,
I'm dead ass.
We could fly.
I don't know how dead ass I am.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know if Ike's going to be.
Hold up, Ike. And I know this is a fluid situation. I know you will try to back out. You told me weeks ago.
I did.
I said Ike ride with me. He said he gonna ride with me. We're gonna drive from Philly to Louisiana.
Wait till you got Tucker.
Imagine what that trip is like for us.
Videotaping everything.
Yeah, it's gonna be, we drive from Philly to Louisiana.
Camper van, RV.
No,
yeah. What are we using?
We
taking your truck?
No, we gonna get there.
Rental car.
Are you driving? Or are you
see? Because I had this envision. You ever seen Smokey and the Bandit?
Yes.
It's gonna be kind of something like that.
Oh, you mean like Cannonball Run?
Yeah, something like
We
that.
drive across the country.
Eastbound down, rolling up and trucking. We gonna do what they say can't be done. Yeah, we gonna do
I feel like
that.
that's a commercial.
No, that was a.
Go Birds.
Come on, you too young, man. Smokey and the Bandit, dog.
Nah, I've never seen Smokey and the Bandit.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah. No.
You know what
Is
you
that
need
a
to do?
cartoon?
You know what you need to do when you go home?
I'm not going to watch Smokey and the Bandit.
You need to watch Smokey and the Bandit.
1 and 2.
Is it even on streaming services? Like,
yeah, Smokey and the Bandit.
I got to get a VHS.
That was Burt Reynolds' greatest movie ever.
Well, I don't know about that.
What was better than Smokey and the
Best
Bandit?
Little Whorehouse in Texas was pretty good too.
Okay,
Now that one maybe I'll watch.
Y'all saw that one? Dolly Parton? Come on, man. Dom DeLuise?
Hey, the game was great, by the way. Just like the game was awesome. I mean, how about that defensive line?
Just saying, get back to the game.
Yeah,
Get back to the game.
So back to
All
Fred's hands.
So here's what we're gonna do. We'll take a quick break, and we will get back to the game.
Back to the glutes.
See, that's what Hugh will do to us in the Players Lounge, man. Yeah, that's what he'll do to us in the Players Lounge. We'll get sidetracked. We'll come back. We'll talk a little bit more about the game. We don't need to ask Jordan how he's feeling, other than how you feeling.
Glutes tight.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, listen. When I saw they put you on IR, we already know you're not coming back any earlier than 4 weeks. Yeah. So that's already been established. Yeah. That's already been established. So we'll talk to
You can
Jordan.
get more into that on the other side. Yeah.
No, we won't get into that because it doesn't sound like that's something he wants to get into. So we'll keep it moving, Eliot. And we'll get into talking about a little bit more yesterday's game, defensive line, and next week going to Cincinnati, see if we can get 3 in a row. All right, we're at Chickies and Pizza in South Philly. We got Eagles Left tackle, Jordan Mailata hanging out with us. Hugh Douglas, Eliot Shorr-Parks, and your boy, Ike, right here on 94 WIP.
Another road game takeover with fans of Philly. Fly with fans of Philly to watch the Birds give Big D a big L. Enjoy airfare, hotel accommodations, an exclusive tailgate party, and game tickets seated with those that bleed green. Fly with 94 WIP's official travel partner, Fans of Philly. Reserve your spot now before they sell out at fansofphilly.com.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Ink card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JP Chase Bank and a member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
This is the story of the one. As a warehouse manager, her job is to transform chaos into clarity and to see patterns where others see problems. Luckily, she's got a partner who shares her perspective. Grainger offers over 1 million industrial-grade products, backed by real-person support and in-depth online resources, so she can tackle every task with precision and turn potential setbacks into streamlined success. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Real stories with Hellsberg.
I had the ring already. She had made it very clear what kind of ring she wanted.
Yep.
I pretended that I was going to kneel and picked up a pine cone instead of pulling out a ring.
What a jerk. But when I saw that ring, I was like, oh, he did good.
I really love Amy. I really, really genuinely love Amy.
I love you too.
At Hellsberg, find the engagement ring worthy of your story. Designed with the love, care, and craft it deserves. Visit a Hellsberg store or hellsberg.com.
Hey, Judah Camry here. What a wild time in Philadelphia sports as we search for a winner. Let me tell you about a team I know is a winner, and that's the squad leading the forklift industry in the Delaware Valley, the great people Andy and Brett Levin at MHS Lift. MHS Lift. From forklifts to equipment rentals to racking solutions and warehouse optimization, MHS Lift, they do it all, and they're ready to elevate your business. Call MHS Lift. Call them today at 888-MHS-LIFT or go to MHSLift.com. That's MHSLift.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hi, Philadelphia. I'm Tom Redden, Financial Secretary Treasurer for Steam Fitters Local Union 420, a proud 121-year-old labor organization who provide the safest and most well-trained steam fitters, welders, and HVAC service technicians in southeastern Pennsylvania. If you are looking to build or service in the healthcare, nuclear, pharmaceutical, life science, chemical, or residential field, then look no further than Steam Fitters Local Union 420. To learn more, please visit our website at lu420.com. Go Birds!
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Hi. My daughter invited her entire class to her birthday party. Can my Wi-Fi handle it?
Oh, well, at Xfinity, our latest gateways have tri-band Wi-Fi technology, letting you connect hundreds of devices at once.
No way. So if all the kids are watching stuff on their phones, well, their parents are sharing videos online.
Yep, go ahead and watch videos. They can all do their thing and party their way. No problem.
Oh, we are going to need a bigger cake.
Now through November 12th, get fast, reliable 300 megabit Xfinity internet for just $30 a month for 12 months with no annual contract and unlimited data included. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Xfinity, bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless plan and autopay with stored bank account. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra. After promo, regular rates apply. Currently $90 a month. Actual speeds vary.
I'm Jalen Hurts here for Window Nation.
If you're looking for a window of opportunity to replace the windows in your home, now's the time.
Right now at Window Nation, buy 2 windows and get 2 free. There's no limit on how much you could save. Plus, you could save big with no interest or payments for 24 months. Call Window Nation today to schedule your fast, free in-home estimate or visit windownation.com.
Don't pay more than you have to for new windows. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com.
You okay?
Sorry, I can't sleep with this cough.
Sounds like you need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with NyQuil VapoCool. It's NyQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
So you ready to get some sleep? Thank you, NyQuil VapoCool.
NyQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing nighttime coughing, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Back to the Players Lounge on your home for Eagles football. Sports Radio 94 WIP.
All right. See, this is the music we get when we win. That's what we get, Jordan. Welcome back to Sports Radio 94 WIP to the Chickies and Pete's Players Lounge. We're at Chickies and Pete's in South Philly. Come on now. Listen, we got drinks half off tonight. My bad, Pete. That was a joke.
Nobody caught that.
Yeah, I was like, damn, that's a good deal.
Like half off.
That's a joke, everybody.
Half off.
Well, Jordan's gonna hang around for
Well,
a
listen,
while. You don't have to play on Sunday, so
it's crazy. Well, one of these Mondays, I'm gonna do that. And people gonna show up like, "Hey, man, I heard on the radio."
bringing them in. Yeah.
Well, listen, that was a joke, everybody. Pete is not doing half off tonight. He is not. But I'm pretty sure he has some drink specials out there for us. Jordan, last week there was so much discussion about your head coach. Let me ask you this: Are you tired of answering questions about Nick Sirianni and the coach and whether you guys believe in him and
why he cut his
playing
hair?
for him?
And why he cut his hair?
I wasn't going to ask you that, but
I'm just
that's
saying,
that's a question you wanted to know.
I'm just saying.
He said he was dressed up for Halloween. No,
Hugh shaved his head in solidarity.
I did.
For Nick.
How about they trying to get me to shave my beard, dog?
Oh, yeah.
In solidarity for the coach. I like him. I don't like him that much.
Well, come on now.
No, man, it took me too long to
said,
grow this.
Howard said he'd shave his head if they went to the Super Bowl.
No, he didn't. He didn't. No,
He
didn't.
basically said that.
Oh, he said that's what he said? Oh, we got to go now. We got to
I think it's if they win, to be clear.
a bald Howard Eskin.
Yeah, in the car with you to New Orleans.
No, he can't ride with us.
No, hell, man, that's definitely a vibe killer. Yeah, he definitely ain't riding with us.
Calling us dopes
all the way down.
there. Ain't nobody
Yeah.
trying to hear all that, man.
Yeah, that all the way on.
And we got some stops we gonna make.
He can't go with us.
We can make
Nope.
give me some chicken wings.
Yeah, lemon pepper. I feel you.
Some lemon pepper wings or something.
All right, the show is getting off track again.
I will say this to answer
Yes.
this question. Am I tired of answering questions?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I'm not
okay.
tired. And I'll continually defend Nick every time someone questions whether he has a team or not.
Mm-hmm.
Am I surprised? No. Fans want to know. The fans give a damn. It's a passionate fan base. Coach understands how the city is. But at some point, I guess it might be too much to ask, but the fans have to understand how Nick is. This is how Nick is.
Right.
And we're just like, all right, that's just Nick.
Right.
All right.
And that's
Don't
important.
take it too personal.
Yeah.
Don't take it too personal.
What's crazy to me is you actually said this, I believe it was to Ike on Ike Spike and whatever his name is show.
Fritz.
Yeah, Fritz. Yeah.
Fritz, yeah.
But that he really is very Philadelphian. Like the Eagles fans will probably never have a head coach that's as similar to them as he is.
Yeah.
But there still does seem to be at times a disconnect. And I'm sure we've asked you this before. So here goes another question. What do you see from him behind closed doors that makes you want to defend him so much? And what do you think maybe people are missing that don't get to spend as much time around him as you do?
He's a very genuine guy.
Yeah.
Very genuine guy. He doesn't just spend time with the starters. He spends time with the backups, with the P squad, and he encourages everybody on the squad. It's an open door policy.
Mm-hmm.
Just come in there, chill out, talk. He's always asking players, updates on their family from the last time they've talked. Those small things, you build your relationship on that, and the more that he does it, the more genuine he is. I think it makes us feel like, hey, this guy cares. This guy gives.
Well, it's funny you say genuine because he got a lot of heat for bringing his kids to the podium after the game. I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
He's been doing that since he came here.
Yeah, it's not the first time.
Yeah, I think it's maybe the
It's
5th time he's done it.
Yeah, it was for a lot of people. It was the timing of everything because of the hair shaving, the tay-to-tay.
Kind of all.
Yeah.
No, dude, that was a significant thing, though.
It really wasn't.
If I all of a sudden came in, if I had a big old afro that I've been growing forever, not saying it's growing forever, I'm embellishing a little bit. But anyway, if you got a hair on Friday, and then all of a sudden on Saturday you come looking like Sinead O'Connor, I'm gonna ask what's going on.
Sure,
you all right?
Yeah.
So it was a big deal.
But no, I agree it was. But I get it.
I didn't think it was a big deal.
He wasn't growing an afro though.
Because
People
you ball.
people
He wasn't
reacted
growing an
to it.
afro. But
Yeah.
but you ball. If Jordan Mailata, as much as I love you, young, but if you cut your hair right now, I'll be like, dog, you all right? I'm gonna ask. Because that's something that you know what I'm saying? You took time to get the fade and then the high and tight.
What if I'm going through my Britney Spears era?
Yeah.
Well, you know.
What do they call him?
why
Like
you-
Brittany right
But
now?
why you playing when Britney Spears went through that era? She around there dancing with knives and whatnot. She seems like she's
I don't
a
think
fun
that-
time,
Yes.
by the way.
But
she seems like she's a cool person.
seems like she's lived quite a life. But what I wanted to ask you was, you said genuine and family. I thought that was a genuine moment from Nick, and he does truly value connection in the NovaCare. It feels like, because you're not the only player that brings up just how much it does feel like there is a personal connection outside of just being a head coach.
This is what I don't understand. And Jordan, you weren't even here during this time. But when Chip Kelly was here, his biggest issue was that he didn't connect with his players or most of his players. He had his little group that he liked. But
the Oregon players.
Yes, the majority of the star players, the guys who had personality, the Deshaun Jacksons, the LaShawn McCoys, guys like that, he just didn't have time for them. And it was such a huge issue in that building that I believe Jeffrey Lurie has made it a priority when he hired his next two coaches that they have sort of this emotional intelligence and an ability to connect with their players. Like, they made that part. It's not just about the X's and the O's and how much you know about football. There's something about communication and relationships and fostering communications and relationships that needs to be important to a coach. And Jeffrey Lurie has made that important for his organization and inside his building. And that's why you got Doug Peterson and then a Nick Sirianni after that, who both coaches, their players love their coaches.
Well, it seems important to obviously from the outside looking in, Nick and Jeffrey, Nick's very loud. Jeffrey can be a little more quiet. But I do think it is at their core, they both do truly value connection and family. Because Ike, you can speak to it, and obviously you can too, Jordan. Like, even the workers at the NovaCare complex, it just does feel like a very family atmosphere.
Some of them cats been there forever.
When we were players,
Yeah,
when we were players.
They've been there.
Pretty much everybody in that cafeteria has been there since we were players.
Yeah.
They shut us out the cafeteria.
So that, yes, rightfully so.
No, I know.
But us too, though.
It does suck.
That's when they make us put on media hats. Like, get out of here. Yeah, you gotta get to come in here.
That's what Hugh puts on his players hat.
This week, going up against a tough team in Cincinnati, they got to go on the road. What do you think will be some of the keys to get a win next week versus Cincinnati on the road?
I think establishing the run game. We saw how
Stick with that. That's the formula. Yeah.
Just establishing the run game early on. What else? They got a great defensive end there, Trey Hendrickson.
Yep.
So we got to figure out, and Hubbard too, that D tackle. So we got to do a good job of making sure those guys don't wreck the game. And I'm sure Stout's already on it. I went in there this morning, and he was already clicking away at all his little run game sheets.
Getting
it done. So
I tell you, road, take care of the football.
Always.
And you can't have a bunch of penalties on the road. Like those are the things you got to make that team beat you. You don't need to help them out. Yeah.
Take care of the ball, turnovers. I mean, look at the last 2 weeks.
And
take care of the ball.
Tell the young cats to because they're getting hard counted a lot. They're gonna get that because they're starting to get after the quarterback. Watch the football. Don't worry about with the voice inflection, all that stuff. Just tell them when they're in there and it's a pass rush down, watch the football. Don't worry about what somebody's yelling and screaming. Just watch the ball.
I did one more question. What was the team meeting like after the win? I know last week after the win over the Browns, it was, again, focused to some degree about Nick apologizing. What was the team meeting like today? Was it a celebratory?
I have to be honest. I wasn't at the team meeting, guys.
Oh,
okay.
I apologize.
Go on IR one time.
Today was the first day I had to. I did not. I couldn't go to the team meeting. I had to.
Well, all right.
I'll tell you,
one
man.
time only.
I'm sure it was a celebratory meeting.
I'm sure it was.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was. I saw Nick before I left. So.
Seemed in a good mood.
But
All right.
It does seem like the squad is starting to sort of form an identity of what they want to be as a team. Well, I think sometimes we expect everything to click immediately, first game of the season. And it is a new offense, a lot of new stuff that has to be learned within the offense. And maybe it's taken a little longer than some people would have liked it to. But, I mean, if leaning on what your strength is the offensive line and running that football, and then you take your shots when they're there in the passing game, that's a good formula for success.
We also have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith.
Yes,
So,
that
we did rely on our pass game. I mean, that's not a bad option.
You're
either.
absolutely right.
I think that's the beautiful part about having multiple weapons. Yeah, as long as we take care of the football and we have the football in our hands, we utilize our strengths.
Should be pretty good.
We'll be all right.
We'll be all right. Hugh, you got anything on the way out?
No, man. Just make sure you tip your waitress and brush your teeth.
Get ready for that drive to New
Get ready
Orleans.
for the drive to,
Something else. ESP, you got anything?
No, just good
Well,
to hear.
I tell you,
Yeah,
I
mean,
got
they
you
win
guys run out of-
back-to-back games. I don't really,
And you run out of words on me over here?
Look, you win by 25 points. There's not
a whole lot to say.
Yeah, the
We got
media.
a lot of questions.
I did hear a player in the locker room say yesterday. Media will be a little more quiet. So
Chickens and Pete's, the #1 sports bar in
See,
all
dude,
America.
was a rookie too.
And it's the official sports bar of the Philadelphia Eagles. Gotta love that there.
Lobster pies.
Gotta love that there. All right, well, listen, man. You get healthy, my brother. Hope to see you real soon. Maybe next week, maybe the week after that. Eliot, Hugh, great job. Great job to everybody out here. We out. Peace.
It's that time of year again to consider